How's it going, folks? So, going up Slieve Donard today, another county high point to check off. It's actually the highest point in Northern Ireland, 800 and something odd meters. I can't remember the exact meters. I put them on the screen. But yeah, weather's looking good. Phenomenal, actually, better than good. There's Slieve Donard up there in the distance. So yeah, should take me hopefully somewhere between 4-ish hours, maybe 4 and 5 hours. And yeah, so check back in now in a few minutes. So, I've actually been here before, a couple of years ago, myself and my friend Adam. Shout out Adam if you're watching this. We climbed this mountain, I think back in 2020, 2021, around that time. We camped the night of and the night before, possibly somewhere in these woods. But yeah, it took me about 4 hours last time, so I'm hoping for something around the same time this time. But just look at this place, it is absolutely stunning. It's such a beautiful part of the country here in the Mournes. I think there's a couple of other county high points to check off in the Mournes, which I'm looking forward to. As for what's ahead, I think after we come through the forest here, it continues on up towards the saddle where the Mourne wall is, and then once we hit the Mourne wall, swing a left, and it's just straight up alongside the wall, right to the top of Donard. With the weather being so great at the moment, I'm hoping we're going to get some pretty epic views. So yeah, really looking forward to it. This tripod is far too dainty with a little bit of a breeze, so let's see how it holds up for the rest of the day, but I'm not feeling too confident. The river that you've just seen me there, you've just seen in the last clip, is the Glen River, and that goes pretty well all the way from the car park. I think it leads out into the sea. So from the car park all the way up to the saddle that I spoke about earlier. From there, as I said, it is straight up to Slieve Donard. So yeah, we have another couple of kilometers of river to go, but it is super scenic, super nice. As you can already see, and as I've said before, the weather is 10 out of 10 today. It is only 9 degrees, but it's pretty steep the whole way up, so I'm sweating buckets, so the fleece had to come off, but so far so good. Yeah, coming up to the saddle now, or the last climb up to the saddle rather, which is up there and then up to the top of Slieve Donard. The reason they call it a saddle is because the dip between two mountains looks like a horse's saddle. So there you go, the more you know. So yeah, we'll bring you back on. I'll bring you back when we get up to the top of the saddle. I'm going to be in some state by the time I get there. So. we made it to the saddle. Pretty tough track to get up here, but the hard work is only about to begin, because we're going up here. It's the last final push, last climb up to the top of Donard, and it's about another 200 odd meters of climbing to do, so I don't expect this to be fun, but it'll be worth it. From the top, I'm hoping the clouds kind of blow over and we get some nice views, but that's where we are for the moment. You can see the Mourne wall here, so I was talking about earlier. So yeah, that's where we are. I just have to stop every few minutes just to admire the views, because look at this. Where else are you going to get something like that, you know? I'm hoping we get something like this at the top. I was just chatting to a guy who was on his way back down, and he said he waited at the top for about 15-20 minutes for the clouds to blow over and nothing. But from what I can see from down here, it looks like it is starting to clear a little bit, so we're going to crack on, and fingers crossed we'll get something to look at, you know. Hell of a climb there towards the end. My legs were giving out at the top, but absolutely worth it. It's a bit breezy. I don't know if you can hear me properly with the mic, but look at this. See the views of all of Northern Ireland every few seconds when the clouds part. I tell you lads, it's bitter cold up here. I'm gonna go back, put my gloves on, sit down there for a well-earned bit of grub. So first things first, we've got to get on top of that cairn and mark off this county high point. I could sit up here for hours with these views, you know, but as soon as you stop moving, it gets so bitterly cold, and the wind up here definitely isn't helping either. So had a bit of food, a bit of water, and I'll leave it at that. I'll make our way back down now towards the car when I did get to the top, but it took about 2 hours, about 900 odd meters of climbing. It's probably a little bit less for most people, but I was kind of back and forth with the camera a little bit. So yeah, that's what you roughly would be in for if you were doing this climb. Just about back to the car now, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. All in all, from the Donard car park up to the top and back down, we've done about 10 kilometers today. That's the county down high point checked off the list. That's 3 done now in total. There will be more of these videos as the year goes on. Hopefully, if all goes well, we can finish all the high points by the end of the year. Keep an eye out on the channel and the pages and whatever, wherever you see this, because there will be more videos to come. See you in the next one.